So here I have my existing roof. It's a tri-tab. Neighbor, I've only lived here about a year, but the neighbor says it's about 20, 25 years old. Definitely time for a new roof. You can see some damage right here. Or not really damage, but exposed nails, and they put some roofing tar over them. Looks like a long time ago. Along this ridge. And right here, I got a leak. So I'm pretty sure that it's probably due to these exposed nails with this old dried up roofing tar. So when I tear up the shingles here, I'm gonna have to replace the sheeting, the plywood sheeting underneath, because it definitely has some water damage. Hopefully that's the only spot. That's the only spot I could see from inside the attic. But you can see these old pipes for the plumbing system. Those will have to be, you'll have to get new, or I'll have to get new boots. You can see they're kind of dried up and not really doing that good of a job anymore. But that's coming in the truck tomorrow. Now this square that's right above the kitchen, I'm pretty sure this thing is for the oven exhaust fan. And this one over here, I'm pretty sure is for this bathroom that's directly underneath it, exhaust fan. All the vents that are on the top are for attic ventilation. And these are the just traditional attic ventilators, pretty low tech. And when I bought this house, the inspector already kind of warned me that the attic ventilation is inadequate. So if I use these traditional ventilators, I'd probably add another probably about three, definitely. But after reading stuff online, it looks like going with the ridge vent is the way to go. So all these square ventilators, exhaust ventilators, will be gone. So it'll give it a smoother appearance, and in its place will be a ridge vent that'll run along the ridge, all along the ridge, and it'll look better and perform better. So in a little while I'll be installing that, so you guys will see how that goes. You can see all the moss built up, some old boards screwed to the roof. Pretty sorry looking roof. Glad it's going bye-bye. Tired of looking at it. And this side looks a little bit better, but it's time to go. You can see some other damage over here. Missing shingles. Right here you got exposed staples, so that's not very good. That's gonna get fixed. And then some more exposed shingles right here. But it's a very simple roof, so it's my first one, hopefully my last. But can't get any simpler than this. There's no valleys, no hips, just pretty straightforward roof to roof. But yeah, we'll start tearing it down here in a little while. Got all the materials ordered, coming in the truck tomorrow. Gonna be rooftop delivered, which for an extra $50, I'm kind of guessing it's definitely gonna be worth it. Here's my buddy Chris starting the removal process. Nothing too complex, just rip and tear. They use staples for the previous job, so it comes up pretty easily. Just be careful up on the roof, close to the edge. Looks like the roof has a pretty good drip edge, galvanized steel drip edge, so we could probably reuse that possibly. We'll see. Wish I had another flathead shovel.
What?
Said I wish I had another flathead shovel.
You just want to start grabbing and throwing the stuff in the trailer?
Yeah, I'll do that. Well, here we go. We got the first trailer filled up. Hooked up to the Jeep. The cheaper way to go. Dumpster, I guess it runs about $300 just for the use, and then about $90 per ton. So doing my roof, it would have cost about $500-600 to rent a dumpster. So this is the cheap way. Seems to be working out so far. Got one side, actually about 1.5 sides completely tore off. And it was just one layer, and all that fit in this pretty small trailer, so it's working out so far so good. Well, here's about 5 hours of work. Got one side completely cleaned off, and then one side, a lot of the shingles gone. Just got to get the tar paper, some shingles. So plugging along. My one buddy. One thing you want to do is save the flashing around the chimney, because if you look, the flashing's in the mortar. So when you're prying up the shingles and the under flashing, just be careful not to damage it, and I'll just have to reuse that. Well, here we are, about 3 hours into day 3, and finally got the roof completely stripped. Except for that one spot right there. So, done with the easy part. Now it's going to start getting a little tougher. You can see a lot of water damage on these this existing plywood, so a good portion of this is going to have to come up, especially on this side. You can see just the rot. A few spots, if you stepped on it, your foot would go right through the plywood. Like right here is really bad. But I knew that was going to be pretty bad because that was actually where the leak was that was going into my kitchen. So we have to replace a lot of plywood on this side. Here's the vent for the stove. Have to put another vent right there. But got all the shingles stacked up. Got the new boots for the plumbing pipe vents. Got my ridge vent. 15-pound tar paper. All my flashing. Box of nails. This is the chimney tray. More roofing. This box with the black label of roofing, that's the starter strips. And right here is the drip edge. And somewhere around here is the ridge. Shingles. Yeah, right here. And then two bundles of shingles for the ridge. So next step, take all this crap to the dump and get some new plywood, start putting in some new sheeting, and then after that start putting the roof on. Here we are, load number 2. Got a lot of roofing, sheeting, so this is probably one more load to do after this. Well, it's the morning of day 4, and this is what we got done with day 3 yesterday. Got all the sheeting pulled off on the north side that's rotten or had holes in it from the older style square vents. Since we're putting in a ridge vent, we're just going to replace the plywood with the holes cut in it. There's pretty obvious that it's inadequate ventilation with the soffit vents, so I'm going to add some more, and it'd be easier to do while the sheeting's off, so hopefully finish that today, get the sheeting on. And well, I just finished drilling the some holes in the eaves to allow the intake ventilation air to come in. I got enclosed eaves, as you can see by this board removed here. That's what the inside of the eave looks like. The soffit vent will go right here, and the air will be sucked in through the holes that I drilled right here. So I marked on the gutter where the soffit vent should go, so when I come back after the roof's off to install the soffit vents, I'll know where I drilled the holes. Before I lay the sheeting up here, I marked pencil lines on each rafter, top and bottom. And so when I lay the sheeting down, I'm going to use a chalk line and just mark the lines where the rafters are, so when I'm nailing the plywood down, it'll be easier to keep track. Well, this is day 5 or 4. I don't even know anymore. I'm losing track. But it's my buddy Locke helping out. Big help out here. As you can see, we got some sheeting up, and luckily the skies are holding. Thank God. Thank you, Jesus. And got to sheet this still. Well, what I realized after a few sheets in, or what I found out was you're not supposed to lay the sheeting crack to crack, like right here. That's just one continuous crack all the way down. What you want to do is stagger them, like this original roofing. You can see how the lines don't line up exactly, they're staggered. Luckily I realized this pretty soon into the process. You can see I started staggering down there. So just something to keep in mind. You're supposed to stagger them. I guess it's for like structural stability or strength or something. So I'm gonna stagger the rest of this so it's correct. Well, here I am, about, what time is it? 6:30 on Friday. Got some sheeting done. Pretty happy with the holes going over the pipes. Surprisingly dead on every time so far. Gonna go get some dinner and get a Red Bull. Keep going. Got the sheeting done. Came out pretty good. Well, after getting the gutter tightened back up, pulled all the nails and staples out of the old boards that are staying on this side. It's not very much, but it took me a while. And hammered down all the old nails that were sticking up a little bit. Pulled the drip edge off on the sides here, and ended up having to replace another little piece of a sheet down there that once I pulled the drip edge off, I noticed it was pretty rotten. So, getting closer to tar paper time, just gotta cut the ridge, and then it should be tar paper time. Well, I just cut the this side of the house ridge vent hole. With this particular ridge vent, directions said if you have a center beam, cut 1 3/4 inches into the plywood. So nice little space now for the attic to ventilate. Not much to it, just ran a chalk line and got it with the skill saw. It also said you want a minimum of 6 inches from the roof line. I just went a foot just to play it safe. So here's actually where the roof line is. This is overhang, so I went 12 inches both sides. Well, I just cut the holes for my new ventilators, fancy new shiny ventilators. This one's for the kitchen exhaust fan and also attic ventilation, and then this one was attic ventilation. The reason I can't use the ridge vent for these is because the garage attic goes to about here, and from here down is enclosed space, so I didn't want to get any attic air trapped in this little space here. Well, it's after 9, and I think laying felt's a bad idea right now. That loud stapler would probably piss off my neighbors pretty good. Plus, I'm just pretty beat. Been going at it since 7:30 this morning. So, what is that? 14 and a half hours. It's a pretty good day. Didn't get nearly as much as I wanted. I wanted to get some shingles up, but you know, there's all this little shit that just kind of forget about. Oh well, I'm gonna go get a 6-pack of beer and relax a little bit. Well, last night, after getting a good beer buzz going, checked the weather report, and they said 40% chance of rain at starting at midnight. Like a thunderstorm was rolling in. So I rushed up here and got my emergency plastic and was up till 1 in the morning putting all this plastic down. It's a freaking pain in the ass. Didn't even rain. Still a good thing, because this is definitely not 100% waterproof roof, but it's good practice, good drill. Now I gotta take it off. Well, I got the first roll of felt out. Stapled the edges pretty good. And then every few feet, put in a row of 3 staples. And then, I guess you're supposed to go along at the edge and go about every 3 inches. Well, my cousin Josh here finished the tar paper up for me. Meanwhile, while he was doing that, I was able to get the drip edges in. I was able to reuse the old ones on the sides of the house. Came out pretty good. And got the drip edge in. Just nailed it on every rafter beam. Just got the starter strip installed. Just followed the instructions on the packaging. Well, it's Sunday night, 8:22. Got the first 2 rows of shingles down. Calling it a night. So I use the hole drilling bit to drill a hole in the shingle to fit over the vent pipe. Now I got the shingle underneath the vent flashing, slid in there just fine, and then nailed on the line where you're supposed to nail on the shingles, so that way the next shingle up will cover up those nails going into the flashing. And underneath it got tarred, so it's gonna be nice and sealed. Okay, going one row. We're getting one more row done on this to cover this flashing. Cut the square out to fit over the boot. So I'm just gonna put some tar from about here around, so it's gonna be nice and sealed, and nail it down. Alright, so just finished shingling around this vent boot here. The next one just went over the top, cut a radius in it, slid it right over, and now it's nice and watertight. Paint the pipe and it'll look good. Well, it's 11:10 Monday morning. Got 4 rows put up and starting to get the flow of it pretty good. It's pretty easy, just follow the instructions on the bundle. Not much to it. Kind of sucks when you're down low. I guess the roofers call it like bottoming out, but just getting the first couple rows kind of sucks because you're leaning over. But now that I got a nice little base, I'll be able to nail uphill, make it a little bit nicer, and then finish with these pipes, and then I don't have to worry about flashing for a while. Well, it's Tuesday, September 25th. Got a pretty good portion of the shingles down. It looks pretty fucking good so far. Seems to be lining up pretty good. Slow process with one dude and a hammer. So, well, got as much done as I can get today. It's 6:10. Got to go to class.
Well, you should.
It's Saturday, September 29th. Missed a few days because I got food poisoning, but got some work on it. So almost got this one side done. Well, I'm officially done on this side. Well, it's Sunday, September 30th, and last night got this side cleaned off, swept, cleaned off, and ready to pull up some sheeting. So you can see on this side too, there's some damaged pieces. I'm gonna do it a little different on this side since it's in a little bit better condition. I'm going to replace each sheet one at a time instead of just ripping the whole thing off. That way it's just pull one up and drop one in, and a little bit easier to walk around and not have a bunch of bare rafters. I've got 10 sheets left. Hopefully that does it for this side. I have a feeling it's not, but cross that bridge when I get there. Well, I got the first row of sheeting on the first row down here, the first full row that's needs to come up, get replaced. It's kind of interesting looking at the all the electrical wires running in the fuse box down below. Kind of cool looking. Just runs here into the insulation and into the house. You can see a soffit vent right there. Well, I got this side with new sheeting put in wherever there was a soft spot, or the original sheeting was kind of coming up. This side was a lot better than the other side, so I was able to keep about half of it. Next up, I'm gonna hammer the gutters back in tight and then start prepping the deck for putting down tar paper. Well, I got all the nails and pulled out, or all the old staples, and all the old sheets hammered down. Added a few nails here and there, some weak spots. And I just chalked out the cut for the ridge vent. I'm gonna pull all the nails that are in line with the cut so they don't hit the saw blade. And then cut it, and then just nail down a little bit lower than where I cut on the old pieces to ensure that they're hammered down good on the rafters. So I just cut the vent hole on this side and then put in nails on the upper ends of the old plywood. It's all secured. Swept all the old nails and staples and sawdust away, and ready for some tar paper. Well, I got the tar paper up a little bit faster and smoother this time. I just got done installing the starter strip. Nothing to it, just same as other side. Just follow the directions on the bundle. Just making sure it's straight, so because I'm just gonna line the regular singles off this, so make sure it's pretty straight, pretty true. It'll line you up pretty good. Well, it's the end of Thursday up here. Gotta go to class. Got about halfway up here. Lining up pretty good. got it cut out, put in there, and nailed down. Not much to it. Well, the flashing I got is this flat steel stuff, 8x8 inches. So I just bent it in half. Okay, got the flashing nailed down. Well, I just got done putting this first row that butts up against the chimney. Next, I put the next set row of flashing up. I already cut out my piece. Now it's in there. Nail it down. The next piece flashing. And once again, got the next step up in flashing. Cut out the next piece. Slides right in there. Hammer down. Go to the next. Well, it's 5:30, and I just got done flashing all around the chimney except for the top. Well, I got the top chimney tray cut out, and install it. Slide it in there. Just push it down and nail it in. And the next row of shingles go right over that. Well, I got shingled what I thought all the way up to the ridge, but I rolled out my ridge vent, and I'm just a little bit shy on both sides, so I just had to cut these little strips to butt up against the cutout in the ridge, and that way the ridge vent will overlap and there won't be any exposed nails or anything. So I got to hammer these down both sides and then roll it out. This part of the house, it came up close enough to where the ridge vent will just go cover that right up. Okay, the last row shingles are on there, ready for the ridge vent. Found a online video from the manufacturer of the ridge vent. Watched it. Doesn't look too bad. First thing I'm gonna do is take some caulk and run it along the edge of the cutout there. Make sure it gets a good sealing with the bottom of the ridge vent. And there's just some basic instructions I need to follow, but I'm just gonna prep it right and then roll it out. Well, it's Monday, October 8th. I got these the ridge vent up last night and got it tacked down. Kind of missed a crucial part in the instructions. It said put on the ridge shingles and the ridge vent at the same time. So I get up here after class at noon and this freaking damn ridge vent's curled up like bacon. So I pried it back up and got the shingles cut out, and then just relayed the ridge vent down and got the first 20-foot section shingled up. It's looking pretty good. Gotta keep going. Well, it's 6:30. Got the cap shingles on, ridge vent, everything buttoned down. Just followed the instructions on the ridge shingles. Now it's gonna be nice and ventilated. So got a good portion of the roof done. Well, I'm going on this last little section now. Pulled off the drip edge. Figured out what plywood I'm going to replace. This side's actually in pretty good shape, so I'm just going to replace this one. It's pretty good, but and then that one right there, it's just got a little peeled up on the plywood. Pulled all the old flashing out right there, hammered in the gutters. I just pulled up this piece here so I can get to the enclosed eaves, and you can just see the mold that was growing on this thing. Inadequate ventilation at its best. This board was over here in this little pocket that didn't have any soffit vent. Is probably pretty still air right there. Lots of good moisture for the mold to grow. Just got the holes drilled out for the enclosed eaves. So when I put soffit vents in, the air will go into the enclosed eave and then through these holes, just like the other side. There's only one soffit vent on this part of the roof right here, but I'm going to add 2 more. So there's some more holes I drilled, and there right there's the cutout for the one original soffit vent. I did the math with the ventilation with the ridge vent along there, and then along here I'm going to need a total of 14 soffit vents, the smaller ones, the 40 square inch ones. And I guess I was reading the instructions on the ridge vent, you need at least equal to or greater than intake ventilation with the ridge vent. So that comes out to, like I said, 14 vents total, so 7 per side. Originally there was only 3 on this side and 4 on the other, so, and one of them it barely had any holes in it, so it's going to greatly increase attic ventilation. Here's what the enclosed eave looks like on the other side of the holes I drilled. Well, it's 4 o'clock Wednesday. Got the sheeting in, all the old staples and bent nails pulled out, and then pounded in all the old nails. Put in a few new ones where just needed a little help with holding the old sheeting down. Just got done cutting the hole for the bathroom vent, which is this guy, and then the ridge vent, or this side of it at least. Tar paper time. Got the tar paper tacked down. used pretty much the last of it, just about. There's a tiny little bit left, so that worked out pretty good. Cut out the hole for the bathroom vent. Cut out the slot for the ridge vent. Got the drip edges put on. I got the starter strip down, and then the first row of regular shingles down, and then the first piece of flashing down. It's already bent. Slip it in there. Just keep going. Got the first 8 rows done. It's going pretty good. Still just flashing all the way up. It's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna call it a night. Got a pretty decent amount done. This flashing came out pretty good. Pretty proud of it. Well, the rain came like they said it would yesterday. Didn't get anything done yesterday except for get up here and cover everything in plastic. But there's a break in the rain for the next few hours, I guess. And decent temperatures, so I'm gonna get as much done in that window as I can. Got done shingling this side of the roof. Ready for the roof vent to go in. Got the bathroom vent put in, looks good. Done? Done. Done with the roof. What day is it? Sunday,
The 13th.
October 13th. Finally done. Got the last little bit of ridge shingle done just now. It's looking good. Got the ridge vent down. Now just got to clean up and put everything away just in time for the rains to come.